When the hunters become the hunted, no one is safe. Hunting Season, directed by R.J. Collins and released in 2026, carves out a tense space at the crossroads of action, drama, and thriller. With a cast led by Mel Gibson and Shelley Hennig, this film offers a sharply focused exploration of protection, vulnerability, and relentless pursuit. Collins, known for his kinetic visual storytelling, takes what could be a straightforward thriller premise and injects it with emotional stakes that ripple through every frame. This episode breaks down how Hunting Season uses its tight runtime and potent performances to craft a gripping narrative that's as much about survival as it is about the fragile bonds that hold us together. Hunting Season opens on a deceptively simple premise. An overprotective father and his spirited 12-year-old daughter bring a mysterious woman found washed ashore into their lives. But this act of kindness spirals into a dangerous game when a ruthless drug lord sets his sights on the stranger. The film situates itself firmly in the thriller genre, with a pulse-pounding blend of action and drama. Released in 2026, it lands amid a crowded field of thrillers that emphasize gritty realism and emotional depth over pure spectacle. It's not a sequel or franchise entry, but rather an original story that taps into current audience appetites for intimate, character-driven suspense with high stakes. R.J. Collins' direction in Hunting Season leverages his knack for combining intimate character moments with unrelenting tension. His framing often juxtaposes claustrophobic interiors with the sprawling isolation of the riverbank setting, emphasizing the character's vulnerability. The film's color palette leans toward muted earth tones, muddy greens, grays, and blues, grounding the story in a naturalistic, almost oppressive atmosphere. Camera movement varies strategically. Handheld shots inject immediacy during confrontations, while steadier, lingering compositions during quieter moments deepen emotional connection. Editing rhythm shifts fluidly. Faster cuts escalate the tension during chase sequences, while slower pacing allows the drama to breathe. Collins clearly prioritizes mood and character stakes over bombastic action, making the thrills feel earned and personal. Action scenes in Hunting Season are tightly choreographed, avoiding overstylization. Instead, Collins opts for visceral, grounded violence that serves the story rather than spectacle. This restrained approach amplifies the threat posed by the drug lord's reach and underscores the desperation of the father-daughter duo. Dramatic beats are underscored by subtle sound design and music cues that ratchet up suspense without overwhelming the narrative. The director's control over tone ensures that moments of quiet tenderness between characters resonate just as strongly as bursts of adrenaline, creating a balanced pacing that keeps viewers engaged throughout the 93-minute runtime. Mel Gibson anchors the film with a performance that channels his trademark intensity and rugged vulnerability. As the overprotective father, Gibson brings a layered portrayal of a man torn between fierce love and the brutal realities of the outside world. Shelley Hennig, playing the daughter, adds a refreshing dynamic with her feisty yet sincere presence, capturing the complexity of youth caught in dangerous circumstances. The ensemble cast, including Jordi Molla and Sophia Hublitz, rounds out the film with solid support, each actor bringing a grounded authenticity that enhances the film's tension. Early reactions note the chemistry between Gibson and Hennig as a standout, making their relationship the emotional core that drives the narrative forward. Supporting performances contribute to a palpable sense of menace and unpredictability, especially from the actors portraying the drug lord's cadre. The casting choices favor performers capable of conveying threat through subtle gestures and controlled expressions rather than overt villainy, which elevates the suspense. The ensemble's naturalistic acting style complements Collins' grounded direction, ensuring that even moments of high tension feel credible rather than contrived. This balance between character-driven drama and thriller conventions is one of Hunting Season's most effective aspects, making the stakes feel real and immediate. Adam Hampton's screenplay underpins Hunting Season with a tightly constructed narrative that interweaves themes of protection, trust, and survival. The father-daughter dynamic offers a fresh lens on the thriller genre, focusing on how familial bonds can both empower and endanger. The story structure appears lean and focused, prioritizing escalating tension over convoluted plotting. Themes of vulnerability, both physical and emotional, permeate the film, as does the idea that acts of compassion can trigger unforeseen consequences. Without delving into spoilers, the screenplay balances moments of quiet reflection with bursts of action, maintaining a compelling rhythm that sustains audience engagement. The writing also seems to explore the clash between innocence and brutality, embodied in the daughter's youthful defiance and the dark, unforgiving world represented by the drug lord. The film appears to lean into the moral ambiguities of protection. How far can one go to keep loved ones safe before crossing lines? This thematic undercurrent enriches the thriller framework, adding layers of complexity without sacrificing momentum. The tight runtime suggests a narrative economy that prioritizes essential character beats and escalating danger, avoiding superfluous subplots. Hunting Season stands apart from franchise-heavy landscapes, positioning itself as a standalone thriller with character at its core. In comparison to other contemporary thrillers, think films like Wind River or Hell or High Water, it shares an emphasis on rural isolation and intimate conflict. Unlike big-budget action thrillers, Hunting Season seems to favor psychological tension and emotional stakes over flashy set pieces. This approach aligns it more closely with character-driven suspense than spectacle-driven fare. Audience expectations entering this film should lean toward a gritty, emotionally charged thriller rather than a bombastic action romp or a high-concept mystery. By focusing on the strained relationship between father and daughter caught in a dangerous game, Hunting Season offers a narrative that prioritizes human drama amidst thriller conventions. It's less about the mechanics of the drug lord's operation and more about the impact of violence on ordinary lives. This prioritization of character over spectacle may polarize some viewers, but ultimately provides a more grounded and resonant experience. The film's restrained style and moral ambiguity place it within a growing trend of thrillers that seek to provoke reflection alongside adrenaline, rather than offering pure escapism. Hunting Season is best suited for viewers who appreciate deliberate pacing, character-driven tension, and morally complex narratives. Fans of gritty thrillers with strong performances and emotional depth will find much to admire here. Conversely, those expecting high-octane action or intricate plot twists may find the film's focus on atmosphere and relationship dynamics less immediately gratifying. The film's strengths lie in its grounded direction, strong lead performances, and tightly woven script, elements that together create a palpable sense of unease and empathy. Overall, it's a worthwhile watch for audiences looking for a thriller that feels both classic and fresh. Potential weaknesses stem from its relatively brief runtime, which may limit deeper exploration of secondary characters or subplots, and its restrained action sequences, which might feel understated to some. However, these choices also contribute to the film's consistent tone and narrative focus. Hunting Season delivers a compact, emotionally charged thriller experience that respects the intelligence and patience of its viewers. For those willing to engage with its themes of protection and peril, it offers a compelling, suspenseful journey without unnecessary distractions. In the end, Hunting Season reminds us that when the hunters become the hunted, survival depends on more than just strength. It requires trust, resilience, and sometimes sacrifice. R.J. Collins' film cuts through genre conventions to deliver a taut, emotionally resonant thriller that lingers beyond the final frame. For more sharp, focused film analysis, stay tuned to Cut to Reel, where we always get straight to the heart of the story. Thanks for watching Cut to Reel. I'll see you next time for another look beneath the surface of cinema's best.